Hi! Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. This video was actually inspired by me not feeling very well this morning. I had a very restless night. I got a vaccine and my body was just reacting so hardcore to it, and I just did not sleep well at all, and I just looked like a mess this morning. I felt like I looked pale and just very like bleh. So I wanted to do a makeup look that was really brightening and just like making me look more alive, and this is the look I came up with. So if you want to know how I got this, then please keep on watching. For my base makeup, I want something that is pretty lightweight so that I don't have like a bunch of makeup on, because it's really about brightening and just make everything look a little bit more fresh-faced, which is why I'm using my BB cream. It's just my preferred makeup product when I just don't feel very awake. I prefer to go for a BB cream, so it just feels a lot more breathable and you just don't feel like you have tons of makeup on. For concealer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo concealer in the hydrating version. I don't know how I feel about this yet, to be honest. I have used it a bit and I don't quite have my opinion set, because initially it seems like it's just so pigmented and covers so well, but at the same time I feel like my dark circles start to peek through at some point and I apply way too much. Oh my god, that is another problem with this product. So I don't know, I feel like it has like a lot of coverage, but it's almost like the coverage fades away at some point, and I never had that with my Catrice concealer, so I don't know if I really like this. It's nice, but again, I feel like it has so much pigment, but at the same time it doesn't like hold up that coverage for a long time. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I also apply too much. I have no idea. I just know that if I happen to find my Catrice concealer at the drugstore, I definitely will go back to that one, because I used that one for years and it was my absolute favorite, and it just always covered very well. It didn't crease. This one creases just a bit more, which is fine, but yeah. It wasn't that long ago in a Get Ready With Me where I told you that I always happen to have one pimple. I swear, after that video, I just started to get like a bunch of pimples on my chin, and now I have a bunch of clogged pores and pimples, and I'm just like, why did I talk about that? Why did I mention it? For powder, I'm going to be using the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. Again, really trying to brighten this under eye quite a bit. And I'm using whatever is left on the rest of my face and on my brows, so my brows don't look shiny and it's a lot easier to fill in the brows. For bronzer today, I'm going to use an old favorite. I say old favorite because I've been raving about the e.l.f. Putty Blush, but I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have the original shade, which is the Shea Bronzer, and I'm just going to be using this one instead today. I do really like this, but one of the reasons why I started to love the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer is simply because it's so much quicker. I don't know why, but I find it so much quicker to do. Now for the blush, I want something baby pink because it's very brightening and you just look so fresh-faced, so wide awake. I just love what baby pink can do for your face. So I'm kind of indecisive. I either want to use the e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipstick in the shade Grapefruit. It's a very cool tone baby pink kind of shade. Or the Romance Zero Velvet tint in the shade Polar, because it's like on the cheeks it creates such a beautiful pink flush. But I want something a little lighter today, so I'm going in with Grapefruit. As you can see, it's a very light kind of shade, a lot lighter than the Romance one. So I'm going in with this one, straight from the bullet. Oh yeah, that is what I want. And I'm blending it out with my finger actually. A couple of months back in my day-to-day, I was actually using only lipstick as my blush and powder blushes only if I left the house. So it was during online uni actually that I was always using a lipstick. It's just super easy, fuss-free, and if you know you're going to be using that same lipstick on your lips, everything just kind of meshes together. I kind of miss it. I'm going to be applying just a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Jellypop Highlighter. I don't use this too often because it is a highlighter that just doesn't dry down. For the eye makeup, I'm just really not feeling like doing a lot, so I'm taking my bronzer. It's just the best thing you can do when you're really not feeling doing like heavy makeup. Take your bronzer or even your blush. It's just nice because it's always going to look pretty cohesive. It's the same shade. Just roughly put that in the crease. Doesn't have to be too structured. It also kind of helps to make you look a little bit more awake because without the shadow in the crease, I always feel like I look a little bit too flat in a way. It's almost like contouring. I mean, it's the same thing. You're contouring your eyes. I can go without contouring my face. I never contour, only bronze. But for the eyes, I really see a difference for myself. I love how I can emphasize my eyes with just doing something for the crease. Now, my favorite part. I'm using the BH Cosmetics Beautiful Barcelona palette. There's one shade in here. It's so nice. It's La Rambla. It's such a pale, light, kind of pale pinky shade. This is so brightening, and I'm going to be using that. Look at the brush. I'm going to be using that to brighten up the eye. Instantly. It's so nice, and there's something about highlighting the inner corner and like the kind of inner part of the eye with a matte shade as opposed to a shimmer shade. It just looks so beautiful, more natural in a way, because shimmer is obviously not natural. I also like to bring it quite up high, kind of where I have a lot of darkness from like my dark circles. So really making that inner corner pop. I love it. It's just so nice and bright. I'm going to very lightly line my eye. Didn't do too much of a wing, and now I'm just going to take this brown shade, Dolce, and I'll be using that to kind of smoke out lightly, not too much. It's a lot lighter than my eyeliner, so it's going to be very natural. Do the tiniest little flick upwards. Nothing too much. I feel like when it comes to brows, this is really when you could make your makeup look a little bit too much, because brows can really, you know, weigh down on you. They kind of can make your makeup a little bit too heavy, so I'm filling in literally really just the tiniest bit, and add a very small amount of brow mascara. Just combing through instead of trying to make my hairs stand up like crazy. For the lips, I'm going to lightly line with a pretty light lip liner. It's not really to contour too much or like make my lips look bigger. I like to use a very light one like this one from Essence in the shade Heavenly, because it just kind of makes my lip line look a little sharper. You know, sometimes our lip line is not too like defined, so that is why I use this pretty light one. And now to finish, I'm going to be using this Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss, and it is a pH adjusting lip gloss, which I really like. I used to have one from Catrice that had a minty sensation to it. This one doesn't, so it kind of makes me sad. I really like that actually about the Catrice one, but it's the perfect gloss for when you're tired, you just want something, you want color and gloss. This is amazing. As you can see, I have very pale lips, so this is everything. This formula is so smooth, so comfortable. I love it. It's so good, and you'll see how it starts to be more and more pink. it just matches the rest so well. I love it. It's so pretty. And this, you guys, completes today's makeup look. You don't need a lot to look fresh and awake. I feel like if you focus on brightening the specific areas that are kind of dark on your face and add like a bright or like light pink color, can really make yourself look so much more awake than you actually are. As usual, if you did enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out a lot, so YouTube sees, oh, that video seems to be interesting, let's promote that to other people. So giving me a thumbs up is really helpful. If you want, you can also subscribe, be part of this little community. That would also mean a lot to me. And until the next video, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!